Hello, everyone. It is another episode of Masks Off. So I'm Tia,
And I'm Kim.
and we are showing up as ourselves in the moment. And oftentimes we have kind of an idea what we're going to talk about, and we have an idea, but we don't really know where it's going to go today. So we're going to kick it off with the quote from Don Henley: "What the head makes cloudy, the heart makes clear." And the reason we chose that quote for today is both Kim and I are feeling like our head is really cloudy. And so for me, that means it's just, I'm in a fog, I'm in a fuzz, things are just not clear for me. I'm just in a space of not knowing. There's a lot of things going on. And so reading that quote was like that reminder that the head can be cloudy, but the heart always remains clear. And so remembering to drop into that space, even with all of this cloudiness and so many things going on. How about you, Kim?
Um, yeah, definitely. I'm in the space of just, it is cloudy, it is murky, but even more so, sometimes it just feels so heavy, right? It feels heavy.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of moving parts going on in my life, and it feels like a lot of overwhelm. And so, as I shared with you just a few minutes ago, and I'm sure this is my little girl, my inner child. This is, me wanting to fix everything, put it all in a nice little box with a bow on it. It's my perfectionism. I want safety. I want security. I want to know exactly what's going on. I want to control it all, right? I want to control everything. And as you pointed out, it's the fear of uncertainty.
Yeah.
When you can't control what is going to happen next. And that is what makes it feel so uncomfortable, is not being able to control. I shared as well that in the Al-Anon program, they use the saying or slogan, which is to work the program and not the solution. And the reason for that is that you can't control outcomes.
Right.
You can't. So it's definitely tricky.
It is. And I think recognizing that we can't control it, and because there are so many moving parts, at least in both of our lives, and I know in other people's right now too, in this transitional time of spring into summer and school winding down and everything else that comes along with that. And that because it's not just one thing that's uncertain, it's
Right.
multiple things.
Right.
And then business wise, and I mean, we have so many ideas that we're super excited to move forward with, but it's still a little cloudy, and it's not
Yes.
fully clear yet how and in what way that's going to look, but once we know, we'll be sure to let everybody know. So we
Absolutely.
have all the business stuff, and then my own business stuff that's separate from you, with the
Yes.
coaching
Yes.
business and everything. I'm dabbling in all these other areas, and then just everything in life. And so because it's so much, and I can't honestly think of too many things that are super clear for me right now, at least in the short term. I do for the long term, but in the short term, it's like, okay, so I mean, I literally wake up in the morning, I look at my calendar, I'm like, wow, okay, so this is what I'm doing today. Or I often actually look at it at night, so I know,
Yeah.
when I need to at least be done with at least my first cup of coffee in the morning and showing up. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, even my thoughts right now are super cloudy. I feel like my sentences are really run on, and I feel like I'm babbling because I feel like I'm in the clouds almost.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting
Exactly.
space to be. And Kim and I made the conscious choice to still record an episode today because this is life.
Yeah, this is life. We are showing up real and
Mm-hmm.
raw. I'm thinking about the ping pong,
Yeah.
no, pinball machines. You know
Okay.
how the ball goes off from the sides, bumper to bumper, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
I'm thinking about the pinball machine when you said that about your thoughts. And I feel like it's not only my thoughts, but my life feels like that. And I love how you said about, you look at your calendar, and I do make a list every night before I go to bed of the things that have to be done the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I look at my list and it's just a list of things that I have to do. It's like, and so the whole part about the quote about the heart knows what's clear, or dropping into the heart,
Yeah.
is that I feel like maybe I'm not doing that enough, where
Mm.
if I look at my list, are these things that I am just doing to do because they're on my list, or am I doing them because my heart is drawing me toward doing them? And it's
Mm.
like, okay, and I say, Kim, you have one freaking life to live. This is one life, and I'm already 52. It's like, why, do you continue? And I know that's resistance, so I have to be careful of the
Yeah.
language and being gentle with myself. And it's and look at all the things that, you are doing and filling up your time and space. And even sometimes it's just the space that I rent out in my mind.
Yes.
Even the space I rent out in my mind, right, is cluttering it and making it cloudy and unclear, as opposed to putting in thoughts and things that are going to be true from my heart. I think
Mm.
that's the way we're meant to live anyway.
Right.
I don't know. What are
Right.
your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was really good. And when you were talking about like your to-do list and
Yeah.
doing that, the doing, all I could think of, what took me right back was, I don't remember which episode it was, but when you were sharing like the, I think it was conscious COVID episode, if I remember, or the
Okay.
COVID conscious episode,
Yep.
when you were sharing the wisdom that your experience of having pretty intense case
Yeah.
gave you. And that was actually one of the things you shared in that episode. I don't know if you remember, but it
What
was
did I say?
I don't remember exactly what you said, but I do remember it was how you had been doing stuff and you wanted to take a step
Yeah.
back and recognize, is this to-do list, or
Yes.
whatever language you used in the episode, is this serving my highest good
Yes,
in the
exactly.
being a
Right. And
human
when you're
being?
forced, it's like anyone who's forced with that, or not forced, faced with that um, diagnosis, or that
Mhm.
life-changing kind of situation, that it really makes you stop and makes you pause and say, look at your life. Is this how I want to live my life? And you're
Yeah.
right. When I had COVID and things were so scary and so uncertain, it did for, and this is probably where what human nature kicks in,
Right.
because I was so good at that point and had such clarity. And then I got pulled back into what I think many of us do get pulled into. And so, that I'm back to forgetting that. It's a
Mm.
forgetting, right? So maybe this
Yeah.
is about remembering. I don't know what this is about, but we did
Yeah.
say, at the beginning before we got on that, I don't have any great wisdom today. It is what it is. I am
Mhm.
where I am. There's a muckiness going on in my mind. And I feel like it's really important to show up that way, to let people know, like, this is how it is
Right.
sometimes.
Right. Exactly. Which is why we pressed record, because we very well
Yes.
could have been like, hey, let's work this out
Yeah, let's figure it
privately.
out and have
Let's,
a nice
yeah.
answer for everybody.
And we decided that would not serve our listeners or ourselves
Yeah, because
because,
it wouldn't be real.
right.
It would be inauthentic. Now, we
Exactly.
may get off in a little while and things might, the dust might settle, or the muck might clear, and then we might be like, oh, okay. But
Hmm.
right now, in this moment, we chose to do our recording like we normally do. And
Yeah.
this is where I am. And I think, you
Yep.
are to
That's
some
where I am.
extent as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
Because,
just mucky.
yeah. And so when you're in that mucky space, listeners,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
talking to myself as well, that we have
Yes.
that grace and compassion and be like, you know what, I'm just in this cloudy, mucky space. I don't have to have the answers. I
Yeah.
have the wisdom within me, or else I would be really off kilter. So I think,
Yeah.
we have the wisdom because we're not pulling our hair off or trying to go, 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 go. Like, we're allowing ourselves to just be
Yeah.
in the muck without trying to fix, control, change, and go into those old patterns. Even though they're there, I see them. I
Yes.
see this little thing going, can you change this? Can you fix, can you twist this around and manipulate? But I'm not letting it happen. I'm allowing. It's that allowing to be here and having grace for myself in the
Yeah,
process.
I would agree. And it is about that too. And I love how you said that. And I think for me, I'm going to add in just from my experience, if I really like expand out my perspective, like if I can get an aerial view of what's going on
Yeah.
in this moment or in today, if I look at the moving pieces that we talked about, not only is there a lot going on and it's juggling and it's overwhelm, but my daughter and I had a little something earlier, and and I'm really keenly aware of some of my patterns that are really being kicked up. Like
Yeah.
I've been putting some masks back on. And so
Mm,
if I really look at like, okay, is there something underneath the surface that's contributing to me feeling the way that I'm feeling? Yep, there is, in addition to
yeah.
balancing all of that. So I think that's something that I just realized for myself now in this moment is like to just pause. And because we do all the work that that are, let's just say because I've meditated or whatever, and
Mhm.
I've been on this journey for a while, that after a while, the higher self, the adult
Mhm.
self in me can eventually step in and I can get that perspective, that broad, so I'm not in tunnel vision and say, oh, geez, well, you know what? This is going on, that's going on, but I still am in the muck of it. I
Yeah.
still feel that murkiness and
It's okay.
it's okay. But I have a better understanding, right?
Right.
We started earlier by talking about the mind wants to make meaning, right?
Yes.
We're meaning making machines.
That's
That's
right.
what we are. We are meaning making machines.
100%. We want to make sense of it all.
Yep.
And sometimes we
Brene Brown
don't
talked. Yeah,
need
sorry.
to make sense of it
I
all,
know.
you
It
know?
just is.
So we're just going to hang in this cloudy space for
Yeah.
a little while because, as the quote says, I'm going to look at it again really quick. I just got to bring it up on the screen. When what the head makes cloudy, the heart makes clear. So I know my
Yeah.
heart is clear.
Yeah.
I know there's clarity there, and that will rise up and expand outward. And I'm okay with where I'm at right now. That's the beauty of that peaceful,
Yeah.
mucky, cloudy space that I used to never be comfortable with, ever. I had to get out of that cloudy space in the past.
Yeah, so cool. It is
Mm.
so cool. So this was just a quick one today. We
Yep.
thought we would just come on, be real, be raw, like, well, we always are, but even more so to show you
Exactly.
that sometimes this is where we are.
That's right. We are human, just having a, what is it? We are souls having a human experience, or what is
Spiritual
that?
beings having a human
There we
experience.
go. That's
Yeah,
right. All right.
yeah,
Thanks for
exactly.
listening, everyone. And if you're in the cloudy space along with us, you are not alone. Take
Take care,
care.
everybody.
Bye.